Today's lesson is on how to do standard deviation, mean, make a graph, and do error bars as well as trend lines using Excel. I currently have a set of data right here. Note that this data table is not to be used in an actual lab report. It is to be used specifically for my purposes in this demonstration. It's missing many of the components considering what a table and things like that should actually have in a lab report. For that, see my other recordings. To start with, we're going to teach you how to do simple formulas using Excel. So the first one we usually use is a mean. When finding trials, it's very easy to want to do means, as this gives us the quick way to process our data of trying to determine how well this data meets what we think it does. To do that, there are three different ways of actually setting up a formula. 3 buttons. One is the Formulas tab and Insert. You can do simple formulas using this sum as here, this sum button up here, like that. And thirdly, you can simply just type them in. Anytime you want to do create a formula, you simply need to equals, and you can type it in as an average, and you hit enter. It's gonna don't hit enter. Equals average parentheses, and then you simply highlight the numbers that you want averaged, and you can hit in parentheses enter. It gives you a mean. That's way one. Second way to do it is to come up here. As you said, formulas, insert. Insert, we're going to look for statistical. Most of what we use in biology is going to be statistical numbers. Statistical average, same idea. Highlight what you want in there, click enter. Again, third way, very simple. This one is a little simpler, it's faster for those things that we use often, sum, average, max, min, that kind of stuff. Average. This one gives you a specific number, but you'll notice that I don't want the temperature in there. So I'm going to simply come over here and I'm going to change A2 to B2. As long as it's still all in blue, we're okay. Hit enter, same number. So instead of having to write the formula multiple times, I'm going to come over and put my cursor on it, and I'm going to get this black plus sign. I don't want this white plus sign. I want the black plus sign. I put it right on the edge of that box, and I'm going to drag it down. This is actually going to fill in all of my numbers with the same formula. If you click on this number, you'll notice up in the box up here that it still has the same formula, but it's actually changed the numbers. So it's changed from B2 to D2 to B3 to D3. You'll look, it's changed all of them, giving me an average on each one. Finally, I'm going to look for standard deviation. STDEV is the same idea, is the formula for standard deviation. I'm going to use the insert button, but you can simply type it in as well. So I'm going to say insert equals insert statistical. I'm going to come down here, look for STDVS. You do not want STDVA, that's the wrong one. Look for STDVS. This one works as well, these two. I usually use S, and I'm going to figure out just my trial, just those 3 trials again. Click enter. I'm going to do the same thing, drag it down, giving me numbers. Now you'll notice that my decimal places are all over the board. It's very important that all of our decimal places are basically in the same number. So to do that, I'm going to highlight all of my numbers, come over to home, and this box called number. I'm going to click down and I'm going to say custom. I'm going to click on number, and then I'm going to determine the number of decimal places. I have only a couple that have 1 decimal place, so I'm going to use 1 decimal place for all of it. And that my numbers that have been calculated are rounded up. Anything that's a normal number has just been given a 0 to go with it. And that's how to create mean and standard deviation. Thanks for stopping by.